What's good, y'all? Long time no see. It's been a minute since I posted a video. Can't lie. I just been kind of, I don't know. I ain't been really feeling it. I guess some of the content that I guess I was wanting to film when I first started, wanting to film on YouTube, is not the stuff that's really fit for my personality. Like some of the stuff is not my character, so it just didn't feel natural for me to do. And of course, it makes it hard with a busy schedule and stuff. But today, man, it ain't really no specific video. As you can see, my vibe is kind of lower. This really like my vibe in real life. For my people that know me, I'm real chill and out the way. Today, man, I just wanted to get on here and talk for a little bit. Usually, I like to journal a little bit, write some personal notes here and there to kind of express my feelings or just to get stuff on paper to visualize it, because you can see it a little bit better. And then it kind of helps you get your emotions out and whatnot. But it ain't really a specific topic today. I know I want to kind of cover adversity because I'm kind of going through some adverse situations right now. And it's not overwhelming me, but it's tasking, I will say. It is getting to me for sure. And I do know that some athletes need to hear this, especially being that, as athletes, especially at the collegiate level, D1 at that, I know it really doesn't have a division on it, but athletes in general, we bear the load of being warriors and being able to fight through injuries, whatever we feeling based off of performances. Some people have the pressures of trying to take care of their families and stuff at the next level. Trying to go pro and stuff, and then having to go back to real life after leaving the practice facility or field or a track. And man, I don't know. I want to kind of cover adversity specifically as to what I'm going through right now. So let me remind you guys that I am at a Division I university for track. I transferred from Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati, for those who know me personally. I went there on the track scholarship, of course. My first year there, it didn't really go as I planned. The vibe between me and, I don't want to go into too many specifics, but it wasn't a good fit for me personally, especially for what I want to get out of myself potential-wise. So, and I was all through. I'm really, track isn't really my main sport. At the time, I really didn't pursue the sport that I really should have been playing, which was basketball. You can't have no regrets about it, but it is what it is. So I took the year off after leaving from Cincinnati. This is when COVID just started. This is 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I'm just rambling, y'all. It's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I want to kind of turn my channel into a more of a realist type thing, where I just get on here and talk about different motivations and whatnot, because it's really my type of vibe. Like, I don't... all the public interviews and stuff like that y'all might find entertaining, that's not really what my thing is going to be. It's going to be more so speaking on the real life of things, especially from my perspective as an athlete. But yeah, I transferred. Well, actually, I made a decision that I wasn't going to do track no more. So I kind of, after COVID had hit and they sent us home from after indoor season had ended, I had made a decision that I was just going to train basketball and work and save money and whatnot, and that was going to be my main goal, because that's something that I kind of had regret about not doing in high school. But life didn't work out the way it was supposed to, in my opinion. But God's plan was something different, so that didn't work out. I kind of got the itch to get back in the track, saw my friends having success and whatnot, and I kind of felt left out. And then, another thing that sucks about being an athlete is, about me specific, I don't want to speak for athletes in general no more when it comes to specific things about myself, but having the pressure in high school of being somebody that was supposed to go D1 based off of the stuff that I was doing around school, basketball, gym class, weight room, and people just know me from my whole life. I've just been an athletic person. My life has been based around sports since I was born, and the pressure, it's a big pressure, man. That's what I was supposed to do. So it kind of haunted me thinking, and it's not a correct way of thinking, but I was like, dang, so how's everybody gonna think about me if I just say, screw school and I'm just work? I was just trying to make money. Like, I didn't want to do no sports no more. I kind of fell out of love with it. I was kind of burnt out after the basketball thing didn't work. I was burnt out. And so the itch for track had got back. I, hit up the coach here at Indiana State, which I had been getting recruited by out of high school. And they, everything went to plan. They recruited me. I came here last year. And, went through condition. I still had some lingering injury issues, which is kind of stuff that I was dealing with in high school. Had an amazing fall training situation. I felt like I was getting back to myself. At Cincinnati, I kind of gained a little bit of weight. Mentally, I wasn't there. At Cincinnati, mentally, I was not there. I don't want to call it depression, but I was just mentally not in a good place. And then in turn, as you may know, mental is your most important thing. And if that's not there, then the physical is not going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Physical, that's easy. You can work out and do everything. But if your mindset is not healthy in what you're doing, it affects it. It affects your physical. So, the motivation for me to get out of bed, go to class, go to practice, and have energy. Because you can go to practice, you can go through the motions. But if at that level, you know what I'm saying, you have to love it a little bit more than just being there going through the motions. And I had always, I'm a gym rat. I've always been somebody to want to get the extra 10 minutes, get the extra rep. And my friends know this about me. It didn't go well. My performances wasn't really what I wanted to. I still had a subpar track season, given the circumstances. So fast forward, I transferred here, had a good fall semester or whatever of training. And our first meet comes. I go and jump well. I win my first collegiate meet. Go on Christmas break, come back, and then I injure my ankle. So that kind of dampened my, my motivation a little bit. I can't lie. It did. And I end up having like 3 or 4 meets off, and I came back and I won conference. So that kind of helped me. I didn't go into conference thinking that I was going to win. I just wanted to do well, help my team. And I might not be explaining this well or in depth enough, but this is just kind of an overall type thing to catch y'all up to what I'm going through right now. Did well. Outdoor conference, my ankle was killing me. I had re-injured it. I kind of gave it like all I had for the last meet, and it kind of tweaked it a little bit more than what I was already going through. So my outdoor season last year was terrible, in my opinion, at the least. And come conference, I didn't perform nowhere near as well as I was, one, supposed to, and two, by my standard of what I was supposed to. So that hit me hard for sure, especially not being able to make it to prelims, outdoor nationals last year, and have a chance and have a shot to compete to go to nationals. Sorry, I'm trying to, this is coming off, this is improv, as people would say, so I'm just coming up with these thoughts off my head. And fast forward to right now, man, I had an amazing summer conditioning. I was having an amazing fall training, man. Weight room, I had started a new workout regimen. I had started throwing up a lot of weight. I started actually seeing a lot of results in my jumping ability. And I had been doing the small things, going to the training room, getting treated, just maintenance stuff, just so nothing was sneaking up on me that I couldn't take care of. And not too long ago, probably about a month, right before Thanksgiving, I guess I was lifting or whatnot, and my back, it started tweaking on me a little bit. And it wasn't like a specific situation where it popped or something happened like that, but it just bothered me, right? And I woke up like 2 or 3 days later after I lifted. After going through 2 or 3 more days of practice, perfectly fine. I woke up and I like barely could move in bed. My back was messed up, so that kind of ruled me out. Going into Thanksgiving, I was like, okay, maybe I just need a couple days off to reset, and it had still been lingering. And going into our first meet, which was December 9th, which is always the first meet, you get a good number out there, help get that momentum going. I couldn't compete in that. And right now, we're back from Christmas break. And our first meet is January 14th, if I'm not mistaken. That's next week, next Friday. And I'm kind of at a point, man, it sucks, like emotionally, and I've been dealing with adversity my whole life. This ain't nothing new to me, but it just sucks, being an athlete that expects so much out of myself. And being a person that expects so much out of myself, especially being that track has been, it's probably not good to say about, I don't want to put a percent on it, but it's been a high portioned amount of my personality, man. That's what I've been doing my whole life. And as an athlete, you know, your personality and the way you act is based upon performances, you know, especially at the collegiate level with the pressure of they brought you here on scholarship. They expect you to help out the team this much. And it sucks. I will say, man, it's I'm not into a depressive state right now. But you know, I'm really mentally tough. You know, I'm kind of you got to keep it moving type of person. That's what I was taught when I was a kid, and that's what I've been living by. But what I learned about adversity is, man, it's gonna happen, and time doesn't stop for nobody, and that's why I like to tell a lot of people that I have conversations with about adverse situations that they go through. Time don't stop for nobody, and you either can sit and soak in what you're feeling, or you can keep it moving, you know, and try to make a little bit of progress. A little bit of progress is better than no progress, right? It seems like, speaking from like, not like going on like a little tangent or whatnot, it just seems like I can't get healthy, man. Like, and I try so hard. I do everything. I talk, you know, my homies know, and I really don't tell them my goals or whatnot, but like my moms know, my pops know, like I give it all I got, man, with training, doing the small things, eating right, and even in life, man, I'm a good person. So it's just like you got to take a look back sometimes and, you know, realize what plan is in stone for you, and you got to kind of follow that plan and kind of realize that everything is not gonna happen on your timing. And so that's one thing that I'm dealing with right now, is trying to stay mentally tough enough to realize that maybe this is just another setback that I need to go through for me to kind of reach my max. But the thing that keeps haunting me is, I've never had a healthy track season in my life. I've dealt with stuff through high school. I kind of dealt with it a little bit better, I guess, because it was a new thing. But I only have one more year left, right? And for the people that know, when I took the gap year or leap year or whatever you want to call it from Cincinnati, I got that year back essentially. So really I'm supposed to be a senior right now, but I took the gap year. I needed time emotionally, you know, and to try the things that, you know, that I felt like I needed to get out, just so I can rule out that I never tried it when I got older. Because one thing my dad always tell me, man, you can't have regrets because it eats you alive. So try everything you can that you want to try, and then you just live with the results. Once you try it and you can't control it no more, you know, you got to kind of be content with that, right? So right now it's tough, man, especially going to practice. It'll be a moment where I'm chilling and I feel perfectly fine, and I get up and I go walk and my back is killing me. And for the people that are looking at this as a minute thing, like he just talked about physical pain, this is about life, really, man. It really is, especially when being in college, my job is academics and track. For any student athlete, that's what it is. That's full, especially when, you know, you're not working. I know, you know, a couple people that work jobs, do sports and go to class, you know. I'm trying to, you know, speak off the cuff. I really didn't plan on talking, but I just wanted to grab the camera and talk and get a video out as well. But I wanted to kill two birds with one stone. It sucks, man, especially when you want to perform like the way you want to. I know I can perform a certain way, and it's just like, God, please just give me a shot to be healthy so I know I can do what I can do. But it's only so much you can do, right, to be real with yourself before you start falling into a deep hole of, because this is what happens to student athletes all the time, and we don't talk about mental health, mental wellness, mental health enough, you know, and collegiate athletes, you know, and it becomes a common thing when certain things occur, and I don't like for them to get to that point before we start acknowledging them, right? And I'm not saying I'm dealing with mental health issues or nothing like that, but I will say it's tough, you know, and for anybody that's been injured, this late in their career, or maybe their whole career, essentially, and haven't really been able to put the pieces together to get the most potential out of themselves. They know where I'm coming from, man. And it's tough, especially when it's like you do everything right. You don't take any shortcuts. Everything is just going right. And it's like, damn. And I don't know if it's the correct way of thinking, but sometimes like everything is going so well, it's like, damn, something got to give. Something got to mess up for me for it to seem real. Because it's like nothing really goes that perfect, in life itself. And I'm actually reading a book right now. I know I told myself I was going to read a lot. This year, I was going to try to kill at least 2-3 books a month. And I might not seem like a lot. And I may only get 1 to 2 books a month, but, that's my goal, right? And the first book that I hadn't read yet is this book. It's based on the science of constructing an indestructible self by Alex Lickerman. And it's called the Undefeated Mind. And it just talks about, I'm gonna read y'all the back of it. This not gonna be a super long video. This video just me speaking on how I feel, what I'm going through right now, a little bit. These are tools for cultivating the inner strength to face hard times with fearless heart. A job loss, a devastating illness, the death of a loved one, our ability to control what happens to us in life may be limited. So I'm going over the book. The camera just cut off, so this book is just going over ways to overcome adversity, ways to meditate, ways to go about not letting yourself fall into a deeper mental situation that will ultimately affect how you just perform, period. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I really don't have too much to say about the specific situation, but this is just a testament to life. Like, you gonna have a lot of adversity, man, and maybe this is a sign for whoever needs it. You can go through adversity, man. It's gonna feel like you can't catch a break, but I promise it's always light at the end of the tunnel. As cliche as that sounds, you have to keep pushing, because the day that you feel like you need to stop may be the day that you may feel better. You may feel slightly better. You might feel 1% better than you did the day before. But as somebody that should hold themselves to a high standard, you can't allow yourself, you can't do yourself that injustice of not trying to push through. And so yeah, that's kind of what I'm going through, man. It ain't really too much to talk about. I'm trying right now. I'm really trying not to let myself, fall into a hole mentally. And I'm trying to keep it pushing, keep it moving, going to practice with a good smile, being a good teammate, being there when I know that I probably could lie to a coach and say that I'm not feeling it mentally, just so I can stay at home, so I don't have to see people practice. And knowing that I can't practice right now, or I can't give my all, it sucks. It really does suck. But that's when you become a better person, because you undoubtedly have to become a better teammate, especially when you can't do it yourself. You got to give them an extra boost. You got to cheer them on, help. And it's just like I keep saying, and it may seem like I'm being not rhetorical, but I'm being repetitive. This is in life. When you know it's something that you can't do, you're in a situation, you try to do other things to eliminate somebody saying, well, did you try this? Did you try that to get out of the situation? You try to eliminate everything. You help people, you be a good person, you treat yourself right. That's the most important one. And whatever you believe in, you keep that faith to the highest power, right? And you keep that first, and you let that lead you through whatever adverse situation you're going through. Yeah, so especially coming into the new year, it sucks that I have to start my new year off like this. But you kind of have to look at it as a larger picture, and maybe this is just a minor setback for a major comeback, in my opinion. That's what I have to try to keep looking at it as. And it, being somebody that's been injured well enough times to know that it ain't something that I enjoy. I know nobody enjoys being injured, but maybe you get what I'm saying. You just gotta put a smile on your face, man, and put one foot in front of the other one to keep it moving. Of course, I can get on here and rant about all the emotional things that I may be feeling from other situations that have happened in my life, and kind of let those pile onto me while I'm feeling down right now. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little down, knowing that I can't do what I need to do and I feel like I'm letting my team down a little bit because I can't. And the season not even started. This is just talking off of a fresh mind on what's been going on. Feeling like that I can't get out there and compete with them, challenge them, offer whatever help I can to them to make them better. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Reaching your hand down to pick somebody else up. That's what my granddad used to say all the time. If I had your hand, I'd throw mine in. So essentially, if I got to the top and you at the bottom needing help, I'm gonna help you. So that's my biggest thing, and I can connect that to that. It may seem like I'm all over the place right now, so forgive me, but I'm kind of just speaking to get stuff off my mind. Yeah. So this is just a sign, man. If you're going through any adverse situations, please keep it pushing. Try to keep it pushing. Write, journal, talk to a friend, go talk to a therapist. Go talk to a coach. Go talk to a parent, an uncle, auntie, a big cousin, a big brother. Don't allow yourself to fall into a hole, because once you start falling, man, it's hard to catch on to the edge of the walls to kind of pull yourself back out of it. And for my athletes, man, I know it's hard to say, but try not to make your whole identity sports, because, man, you gonna base a lot of your emotional preferences and your successes and on failures. You're gonna base that on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever, when you fail, because it's going to happen. This is, in sports, it happens, man. You don't perform 100% each time. It's just impossible. When you fail, you just try not to let you try not to let that be your identity. Because it's easy. Trust me, man. It's been primarily my identity since I was like 4 or 5. That's when I started sports, right? I've just been an athlete. My nickname in high school was D1. Like, people know me as being an athlete. So it kind of, unpurposefully becomes who you are. So you kind of have to find that disconnect of, man, this is just something that this is something that you practice at, you practice at it so much, and then you go compete, and then you leave everything you got on the field, man. And this is one thing my dad always taught me, man. If you leave everything out on the field, on the track, on the court, on the pitch, whatever you play, respectively, then you have to be kind of content with that, right? And one thing that I battle with is, and being a high jumper, if I don't clear a height that I want to, for example, I used to win high jump competitions and still not jump what I want to, and they used to piss my parents off that I used to still be as frustrated at myself as I was, even my coach. Like, I'm really hard on myself, especially knowing what I can do. That's what sucks the most about situations where you can't really do nothing about right that minute. Is that you know what you can do, and your body just won't allow it, right? And it's kind of, everything is starting to become a little bit more vigilant and clear for me, especially being that my career in track is winding down. So this is what's making everything more of a realistic situation. Is I don't have 2 or 3 or 4 more years left. I'm not a freshman. I'm a junior, and this is my second to last season. Next year will be my last go around. And you kind of you have to appreciate the small things. You have to appreciate the setbacks, the wrong timing of things, right? Because it wasn't supposed to happen that way. And you have to be, and you can't just say that just to say it to make yourself feel better, but you got to truly believe it, because it'll eat you alive if you know that you didn't give out everything that you know you could, and then you wait till you graduate, you wait till you had kids and be like, damn, man, I should have tried that. You can't have those regrets, man. They eat you alive. They truly will. And being that I'm going to graduate, next year with shit that don't sound right to me even. It's crazy. Time flies, man. You gotta take everything a day at a time. You start, especially being an athlete. And I'm keep speaking on being an athlete, man, because that's my biggest thing right now. And athlete situations that I go through as an athlete, they connect to life. And I said that earlier. But you have to kind of take things a day at a time. Because when you start to bite off more than you could chew at that moment, you don't appreciate it. You start appreciating get to the end. The journey, I have it tattooed on me, man. The journey is the reward. Going through the struggles, going through the hardships, going through the adverse situations that you experience, that's really the journey. Once that's really the reward once you get to the end, right? You can, because to me, winning something that's really significant is cool, but being able to tell people the stuff that I went through to get there, that's always seemed like the coolest thing to me. Because even some of the shit that you can hear about, like telling somebody that, man, I done tore my knee up, I done had countless ankle issues, I've dealt with emotional things, I've dealt with death in the family, and I still at the end of the day woke up, persevered, and went to go get 110% of my energy towards training to get to where I'm at. That sounds better to me, because you can teach people more life lessons. You can't teach, yeah, you can tell somebody to go win, but if they don't know some of the situations and the trials and tribulations you went through to get there, man, that really don't mean nothing, in my opinion, of course, right? This is all subjective. So yeah, man, I don't expect y'all necessarily to watch this whole video, but I just need to clear my mind a little bit and kind of get some straightening. This is kind of what I'm going through. I'm gonna keep it pushing, man. It's tough, and it may not seem tough to everybody watching, but it really is, especially when you can't catch a break, right? Especially when you get injured, you're doing everything right, and it's like, damn, bro, I can't. And then it makes you feel some type of way about the sport. I can't lie, right? We're gonna be real, 110% transparent, because I give my all in every track meet that I compete. Everything that I do in life, I give my all in. I've had thoughts that I want to quit, right? I think all of athletes probably had that thought, right? Especially getting injured, it don't make it no better. I want to quit multiple times. I just had the thought 2 or 3 days ago, right, with my back situation, because I'd be feeling good, right, and then I go maybe plant wrong or something, and my back start hurting. I'm like, damn, man, this shit is not getting better, right? So yeah, I've had the thoughts. I want to quit. I wanted to quit. I don't want to quit. I'm appreciative of where I'm at right now. But yeah, when it's easy to want to cop out in situations like that, right? And if it's not something that you can't control, you can't let those thoughts seep into your mind, right? Because once you do it once, you're gonna do it over and over again, because it's gonna be more easy to do. And I might not be saying nothing that's foreign to y'all. Y'all might already have heard this, but this is kind of just what I'm feeling. I have to get it out, right? Because it'll eat me alive. I'm a thinker, and I'm not an overthinker to where I start second guessing myself, but I think a lot, man, right? And I'm reading a lot, and so I got a lot of thoughts about the way I feel. Damn, like, maybe I could have did this different, right? That's why you do everything 110% and you give everything you got, because once it's over, it's over. You can't go back and change it. So yeah, man, I don't really want to take too much more of y'all time. This is just how I'm feeling right now. All my people that maybe be going through this in real life, losing family. I've lost a lot of family, up to this point in my life. The biggest person that I've lost in my life up to this point is my granddad, right? And then you start thinking about the ways that you handle those situations, especially in a time like this, when it's easy to just sit in the bed all day, skip class, don't text nobody back, don't go to practice, don't communicate with nobody when they're trying to check up on you. It's easy to fall in places like this, and I feel like this is an important conversation to have, especially being that this past year we lost a lot of athletes. We lost a lot of pro athletes that from the outside in. We lost a lot of people, right, from the outside in, looking in like, damn, they got a perfect life. They smiling on the camera every time, and then you look up the other day and they take their life, right, because of hardships that they are going through that they can't talk about, tried to talk about and it didn't work, or something that just ate them up to the point to where they feel like that's what they needed to do, right? And I don't have a comment on that any further, but I know how easy it is to fall into those thoughts, right, if you're not able to get them out sufficiently or efficiently. Yeah, man, I don't really want to take too much more of your time. I just said that, but yeah, this is just how I'm feeling, man. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Let me know if y'all like these style of videos where I'm just speaking my mind a little bit. I'm speaking to a lot of everybody, and most importantly my athletes, especially high school, and especially at the college level, man, because y'all know what I'm going through, the people that have been in the same situation as me. Yeah, man, whatever y'all believe in, the universe, God, Allah, whatever, keep those things first, and make sure whatever you're doing is for you, right? And make sure you're getting fulfillment from doing it. Make sure you try to build a strong support system. Try to build a system that's strong enough that maybe you can go journal, go talk to this person, go walk. You're not just sitting in your room all day, especially in times like these when you can't really, when you don't feel like you're a piece to that puzzle that's needed, like a team or something right now. So yeah, man, I probably still could. I probably can go on for another 20-30 minutes, but I don't want to take it. I kind of want to just speak what I'm going through. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. It's been a minute. I'm going to kind of try to get more consistent, especially doing these style of videos where I'm just taking y'all through my day, man. I'm a chill person. All the crazy shit that people my age probably doing on YouTube is not what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be on here talking to a whole bunch of girls, doing pranks and stuff like that. This is more so about my life and how different perspectives can affect different people. So that's what I'm here to share. I feel like I got a decent amount of wisdom that I can spit, and I feel like that I'm living real life right now, and I feel like having some people that can go through that with me, aside from my support system that I already have, is dope, you know. And I can kind of speak and help people. I comment back to you in the comments, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's gonna be probably a 20-30 minute video, so you know, get y'all some food and lock in with me, especially for the next one. But appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Keep it pushing, keep putting one foot in front of the other one, and I promise everything will get better in the end. It's gonna take time. It might not be a day, a week, or a month, but I promise it's gonna happen for sure. If I can do it, you can do it. I promise. Peace.